Are you a perfectionist while working? I mean, it can affect anyone at all ages. Doesn't matter if you're working in the art industry or not in the art industry, it can happen to anyone. Even if you're like a doctor, a scientist, and stuff like that, it can happen to you. Mechanics, it can happen. And I want to talk about that, about the issue and how I solve the issue or fix the issue. But this video is based solely on my personal experience, so what you feel and what you're gonna need to fix might be different than me. So for me, being a perfectionist as an artist have a huge negative impact on me personally. Now, of course, while striving for excellence and attention to detail of every piece will lead to high quality work, which is good, but this perfectionism can also pose challenges and drawbacks if not controlled properly. And the result is, based on my experience, is the first one, fear of failure. Being a perfectionist often makes me have a deep fear of making mistakes or producing work that falls short of my expectation, which can be paralyzing by hindering my creative mind and preventing me from taking risks or exploring new techniques and ideas. And the second one is procrastination and overworking. Being a perfectionist made me spend an excessive amount of time on a single piece, constantly aiming perfection that is a endless pursuit that will only lead to overworking and burnout. As a result, I then procrastinate because I struggle to move forward or complete the work. Like I will just have a piece of work that is like 50% finished, but I just felt like this isn't perfect, this is gonna fail, and I will just like remove and delete everything and just start from zero. It's 90%, 99%, I will just redo everything over and over again. So it's kind of like a goddamn Sisyphus, if you know. And the third one is the self-criticism and the low self-esteem. Aiming perfection made me overly critical of my own work to the point of never feeling satisfied because I constantly finding flaws in my own work. And this self-criticism can erode me like a rust on a piece of metal or a mold on a bread, slowly degrading. Or like a Thanos snap, but slower. And the fourth one is the unrealistic expectation. I often set impossibly high standards for myself, expecting flawless result every time. This can create immense pressure and leads to feeling of frustration, disappointment, and self-doubt when the expectations are not met. But I realized slowly that trying to create perfect masterpieces isn't a fun thing to do and just made me want to quit. And the reason I want every piece to be a masterpiece was so, come on, so people could pay attention and love and like my piece. And hopefully get a gig and make money and stuff like that, like selling prints and stuff like that, blah blah blah, and collab with other big creators, because money is quite tight right now. But then I kind of look at other artists that are successful, and of course some of them are actual perfection in my eyes, but there's when I was wrong, is that this artist successful indeed, but that's because the one that they show in the front are made to be popular, like those Pinterest artistic aesthetic type of style, because it was made to be popular like that. But if you look at the other artists' old works, or even the pieces that only like a sketch, usually when they post it on their story, or even like their full process of working, on YouTube, you can see like the flaws in them. You can see that this artist is actually bad at doing this. This artist is actually bad at doing this. You might look at the artist and like, wow, this dude can draw such a beautiful portrait. But the thing is that dude cannot draw backgrounds or perspective. I'm not shaming them, but it's as a reminder that even though they look perfect, but they aren't perfect. Because we're humans. We aren't like the beings where we can create something and it's like made by God. Because I have the power of the hand of God to make something that is perfect. No, we don't have that. We have only the hands of a normal average human. And because of that, I saw how I was almost the same as them. Why I say almost is because they slowly fixed the mistake. They fixed the problem slowly. While for me, I constantly replacing it. Like let's say if there is a chair, let's say me and the successful artist have a chair. If the chair is broken, the successful artist will just fix it. But for me, I will just throw it out and buy a new one and replace it with a new one, different kind of wood, different kind of paint, and stuff like this. It's a very toxic habit when I'm making my own piece of work basically. And because of that, I always remind myself every morning that I am not the greatest, I am not the best, I am just the average, probably even fucking below average, and it's fine because I haven't earned being the title great yet. And the way how I'm fixing the issue is, first step is to accept the flaws and finding things that I can't do and fix them one by one, slowly. Like, okay, I will forget everything that I know, you know. Because if you're studying and you think that you already know something, it's gonna be hard to study like that. So I just forget everything and just study from the basic again. Like how to draw the lines, the shapes, and then the 3D shapes, and then the perspective, and then the human anatomy, like a figure, gesture, composition, and colors and stuff like that. And indeed, it takes a long time, but I saw the value of just going step by step because I like to just rush things basically. Oh, today I'm going to learn anatomy, composition, color, just something. I like to put them all just in a single day, which is like stupid mistake. And the second one is a deadline. A lot of people hate deadline, but giving myself a time limit is quite fun since I need to think carefully about the choices I'm going to do. Usually I just put like a 3 hour, and yeah, 3 hours are fine, but sometimes I can do like 1 hour too, and it's also fine. And I know you heard this like multiple times from different sources or different artists. They say like, oh, deadlines, I already know that. Oh yeah, like the 40 minutes like that Instagram artist, yeah, I know that. But and you just say that it doesn't work and blah blah blah. But have you done it like fully? Have you done it right? Try it like for a week. It doesn't need to be 3 hours. Just set 30 minutes. And you're finished, okay? Because there's like 24 hours in a day, and you only need 3 minutes. So there's like 1 out of 48 of the time that you have in a day. If you don't have that, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. And if you don't think that limiting yourself is bad, if you think limiting yourself is bad, I have an example that keeps happening. I saw from different people is that, how about this? There's a character named Nana and Dodo. Now I have given both of them a work, and that work is to design a character. Now I will give Nana a 1-day deadline, while Dodo with 1-week deadline. Now what will happen is that in the first day, Nana is going to immediately think of the ideas and the sketches of the silhouette of the character that Nana is going to make, while Dodo is just gonna be, can you guess? Fucking around and playing games and jerking off. And at the middle of the day, Nana is already at the blocking phase on how the character is gonna look or even creating different variation of it. While Dodo, can you guess? Still probably watching VTubers and jerking off to them. And at the end of the day, Nana is already finished with the work. While Dodo, of course, still have 6 days left, doesn't feel a bit of rush or anything wanting to do anything because, Dodo have 6 days left. And this is the problem. Because after 6 days pass and Dodo qualities of work is the same as Nana. And how is that even possible? Because even though Dodo got the extra time, it's because Dodo just finished the work at the last day, basically having the same time as Nana. So what happened to those 6 days? Because he slacks off. Because he thinks that, oh, I'm fine, I'm safe, That's the problem. The main problem is because we don't appreciate time. And we are underestimating the time that we have. We always think that, oh, I already planned things out in my mind, so I don't need to worry about that. That's also the main problem too. You're also underestimating time. You also think that highly of yourself because you think that, oh yeah, I can put this on my mind and I'm gonna go fine and great. And the thing is, we forget easily. Okay? We forget easily. Write your plans down. Don't just write like, oh, I'm going to do this. No. Write it in detail. What you're going to do, what is it about, and why are you going to do it, and stuff like that. And then put it in a wall, or put it as your wallpaper on your device, or even put it on your bedroom or your journal like I do. And it's important to do that. And the third one is that setting your environment or your workspaces. Like I will just adjust my chair or desk, so I can get that right fit, so I can be more comfort. And then I clean some stuff in my room because it's a mess. Put something on the wall, like a poster or something, so the room doesn't feel empty. Put things you like to add, so it's kind of like adding your own personality. I mean, if you look at other people workspaces, it will always be different. Some people might have a lot of personal stuff in there, some people might just be a minimalist, so adjust it. You can look other people, or even look at other artists, always different. And the fourth one is, this is quite important, because stop thinking about what others going to think of your work, and instead think what others gonna find interesting in your piece of work. Now for me, it's like, does it convey the right feeling when I'm making a painting or a illustration? Like, if I'm going to make a painting that conveys some melancholy vibes, then I will just put aspect like cold colors and busy places that become empty, like liminal space, stuff like that. So yeah, you need to think what makes it interesting, not what others going to think. Don't be captivated by, oh, others are gonna think that this is ugly. No, find something that is interesting for them. And the fifth one is brain fog. How does brain fog can make me or a person perfectionist? And for me, it's because I can't concentrate, and that leads to bad decision, which irritates my sense of perfectionist, because this is bad, I need to change, but I can't think of anything good, so I'm just gonna make repeating the bad decision over and over again. And the brain fog happens because I didn't maintain a balanced diet, like eating nutrient-rich diet that includes whole food, fruits, vegetable, and healthy fat. And I should definitely avoid excessive consumption of processed food like sugars and unhealthy fats, because I've been not taking choices wisely when shopping groceries. And the second one is exercising regularly, like engaging in a regular physical activity, as it promotes blood flow, oxygenation, and release endorphins, which can improve your cognitive function. And for this one, I usually just do a morning jog in the park or some lifting at home, because I got like a lot of weight at home. And then the third one is staying hydrated. Now, dehydration can contribute to brain fog. I need to ensure myself to drink enough water throughout the day to stay properly hydrated. And the way I do it is that I have a big ass mug or glass, and 1 cup full is like a half a liter, so I just need to remind myself to drink it like 4 to 6 times a day. And the last one is getting adequate sleep. Prioritizing getting enough sleep quality each night, and aim for a consistent sleep schedule. And this is the ones that I underestimated a lot, because my sleep schedule isn't consistent, like Hobie from Spider-Verse. It keeps changing. At the previous day, I might sleep at 12 a.m. and the next day I might sleep at 12 p.m. It's always different. And that's it for the end of the video. Leave a comment on how did you, fix yourself, and share me your experience. If it doesn't matter if you're like an artist or not, this is just me, how I managed to fix a struggle and what struggle I faced because of this perfectionist side of me. It's been like bugging for a long time. It's been like years. I mean, like since elementary, like 10 years ago. It still messed me up to this day, because the time that I have is, and the things that I've produced is quite absurd, because I have so much time, but I wasted it all because I never felt good. I never felt satisfied because I always create shit stuff. So yeah, I don't care if you're subscribed. I don't care. I just want you to leave a comment on your experience on it. Bye.